All right, this is the Wrestling Doctor here for Pro Wrestling Extra. Let me tell you, I'm sitting next to somebody I've known quite a few years, and I'm not saying you're old. I'm not saying that at all. I'm old. I've just been around that long. This is Jamie McKinnon. Let me tell you, one of the top wrestlers that I've been around for 25 years is this guy right here. Been all over the country, done all kinds of stuff, and he's constantly been a badass wrestler, and there's no other way to put it. That's the way he is. Jamie, thank you for being with me.
Thank you. I wish I could get Vince to think of me like that.
Well, yeah, don't
Everybody.
Don't we all wanted that, you know, today. When you started, what year was it that you started?
We started in 1989. We started, whenever I was 12, I felt like I started. My mom and dad bought a trampoline and it was on ever since then. But 1989, we got trained by Mike Thor and Wildcat Tim Hughes.
And I can remember that. I was around back then.
Oh, yeah.
And you started right off, and y'all came right in as a team, you and John Douglas.
Well, not really, because let me tell you actually what happened was, and you're going to get a kick out of this, especially being old school and thinking people ought to have to earn their way, is we only had one training session, professional training session, before they booked us in a match, and it was with Larry Hamilton, and I wrestled Rocky King my first match, one day after being trained.
So
I didn't know nothing.
You started training on a Friday and they threw you in on a Saturday?
Yeah.
Wow.
At the Big Apple in Jacksonville for Larry.
Now, do you advocate that for the young guys now?
No, I didn't advocate that for me then. I was scared to death. 18 years old, wrestling Rocky King, seen him on TV, knew who he was, met Pistol Pez Watley. Johnny wrestled Pistol Pez Watley. And that's not the way to do it, even though that's the way we done it.
Well, did y'all freeze up? Did you get in there, or were you able to go?
We made it through, but it was ugly. It wasn't very entertaining.
So you started with Larry Hamilton actually originally?
My first matches was with Larry, the old Pan American Championship Wrestling, and then we run some with Mike Thor, and then we ended up in Georgia with Irvin Price and them.
I remember those days.
The WCW days. Here in CCW, GWA, back in Georgia. So mostly Florida, Georgia. Go ahead. Businessman like you. Somebody's getting a phone call.
That's me. Somewhere I dropped it.
Well, man.
Oh, well.
Right.
I'll find it. It's somewhere. All right. So you did that. You came on, and you and John became the Wranglers.
Right.
And tell me how that came about.
We actually were tag teaming in CCW, and we really didn't tag team in any other organization. Johnny really is a great babyface, and he has the Bob Backlund, dusty look, especially whenever he was younger, a better babyface, and I always was ugly and mean and nasty. So, but then we just started tagging in CCW, and we turned in 1993 in Yulee, Florida, and turned heel, and then we just started dominating the independent tag team. We felt like after that right there. Then we started getting booked everywhere as a tag team.
That's great. It's great because you guys were good.
Well as you know, being former tag team champion and worker, you get a tag team to stay together, you can get some work.
Absolutely.
Can get some work because, everybody's a singles wrestler, but to get a tag team with a similar gimmick, and you can actually pick up some good work.
Yeah, now tag teams dropped off right now in the business, but I tell you, back in the 80s and the 90s, tag team was hot everywhere.
And it's hard to find an independent tag team to stay together.
It is.
Because these guys, they separate for whatever reason.
Yeah, there's some good guys, but nothing like it used to be back in the old days. And so, you got any advice for these young guys starting out?
I would say do it a whole lot different than we did it. And it's a big difference between whenever we were rookies and now. You know, I'm sure everybody went through that growing up period, and we used to come out the ropes trying to do every move in the book and everything that was done, and it was wrong then, it's wrong now. And now I'm the old guy of this company, and man, I look back and I see myself in a lot of them guys.
But the guys that interviewed said they appreciated you helping them. By the way, your name came up, and they said, you've been something as a force of helping the young guys here.
You know, the problem with helping young guys is this right here to me. If you're not willing to learn something, it's hard for me to see a young kid doing something wrong and not say something. That's just my mentality. And then whenever we get treated with that look of, yeah, you really don't know what you're talking about. But for the guys that really take it and try to make a change, man, that's the guys I appreciate.
Yeah.
Some guys make a change easy. Them guys you're talking about that done the interview, they're good guys. That's the future of independent.
Absolutely.
I think CCW's going to be around for a while. I hope so.
Longest running independent.
So,
The ones that don't listen, that's the ones you see go bye-bye real soon too.
Right.
But look, thanks for sitting down with me. This is great. I love talking to you. We need to do this again. I want to get Johnny to come in and sit down and let's talk about the old days and what tag team was like. And
I tell you, that single thing's tough.
right?
You know, my 15th comeback. I'm a singles wrestler now.
Well, let me bring that up. Your promo ability. You know, I talked to you. Man, you talk about a promo guy. This guy can promo with the best of them. How did you learn to promo?
Well, there are several ways to learn how to shoot a good promo, but actually driving down, well, first of all, let me say this. Every independent guy you see or every wrestler, some point in time, tries to imitate some other guy. And I think it's the same, you know, if you're just getting started or you've been doing it for 20 years, something you do, you wrestle like someone else you either like or your body favors or your mentality favors. I love Funk. I love Terry Funk, the Funk family. I got to meet Dory. I haven't never met Terry. But to keep reinventing himself and to keep doing strange things and to keep it interesting for 30 or 40 years, that's the guy I try to emulate.
Well, that's what reminded me when you said 15 comebacks. That's about how many he's had, you know.
I think he's had 100 and I've had 20, but...
But thanks for sitting with me, man. I appreciate you doing that. This is the Wrestling Doctor saying thank you. Now, where's my damn phone? I fell off.